When you sand or grind, you will reveal the original color as you can see here. This old gel coat has faded to a sort of ivory color, but underneath is the original white color. Match your new gel coat to this color and it will fade to match the old surface. Also, unlike paint, gel coat is the same color wet as it is when cured, so you can match colors before catalyzing. Wear safety goggles and gloves. Upon opening the can, it is important to mix the contents thoroughly since there are other ingredients in the resin which tend to settle out over time. Since this is a very small repair, we will only mix about an ounce of gel coat. We then will add 20 drops of catalyst per ounce to the resin and stir thoroughly. Our working temperature should be between 70 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit. This will give us 10 to 20 minutes working time. Using a disposable brush, apply the gel coat to the repair area. The goal is to just cover the crack and leave the surface higher than the surrounding area. Excess gel coat will have to be sanded away, which creates more work. As you see here, the wet gel coat extends well beyond the repair area for this demonstration. Gel coat, being a polyester resin, cures with a tacky surface. This is good for bonding successive layers, but can clog sandpaper if it is to be sanded as it is here. There are three possible solutions. One is to warm it with a hairdryer or heat lamp. Just be careful not to overheat the resin or leave the heat lamp unattended. The extra heat will help reduce the tackiness. Another heat source is the sun. Position the repair so that it can be warmed by sunlight. This will also heat the gel coat enough to minimize any tackiness. A second method is to wait until the gel coat gels, then spray PVA mold release on the repair and let it dry. A pre-val sprayer works well. The PVA will dry to keep moisture off the gel coat so that it can cure completely. Once the gel coat is cured, the PVA washes off with water. The third method, which we will use here, is to use a flexible piece of plastic such as cellophane or mylar. Cut it to about the size of the repair, then press it down over the fresh gel coat. This will eliminate any air near the surface. The plastic can be peeled off after the gel coat cures. Our repair has cured and we are ready for step 3, finishing. As you can see, the new gel coat is just slightly higher than the surrounding surface. Start by sanding the gel coat to the level of the surrounding surface with 150 grit sandpaper. Tempting as it may be, do not use sandpaper with your fingers. This will create uneven pressure and detract from a smooth, flat surface. Use a sanding block or create one with a small piece of wood. Wrap the sandpaper around it and use either the edge or the side for sanding. Rather than hand sanding, it may be easier to use a power sander such as these. By the way, you should wear eye and breathing protection when sanding. Sand with a 150 grit until the new gel coat is flush with the old. As you can see, we have removed all the excess gel coat and only that which is in the gouged area remains. If you have sanded too much and create an indentation, go back to step 2, add more gel coat, and sand again. Once the gel coat is flush, successively finer grits of sandpaper remove the scratches from the former grit. Move to a 220 grit wet dry paper and run a trickle of water over the surface as you sand in a circular motion. Clean the surface and switch to a 400 grit. And finally use 600 wet dry sandpaper. 3M one-step fiberglass restorer. Apply it to the cloth and rub thoroughly, turning the surface clean frequently. And use a rubbing compact. If you have access to a power buffer or buffing wheel, they can make the job easier. Once the repair has been buffed out, it should be nearly invisible. Remove the blue tape and wax the whole area for the final layer of protection. You will notice that the repair is slightly lighter in color than the old gel coat. However, give it some time in the sun and it will fade to match the surrounding area. Doing a repair like this yourself is very satisfying and can save hundreds of dollars compared to having it done in a boat shop. By the way, this repair was completed in less than 3 hours.